Good day, dear IUL student. Thank you for joining us in this session where we will share how to find employment in Namibia, tips and tricks, how to find your dream position. My name is Sven Schulz. I'm a professional CV and interview coach in Namibia. The traditional ways of finding employment in Namibia is we buy a newspaper, either the Namibian, the Informante, or the Republican. We look for a position we like and we apply. 9 out of 10 times you will receive no answer back from the potential recruiter and you will walk away disappointed. Fact of the Namibian situation at this stage is that many Namibian companies are sitting with a surplus of workers. People are being retrenched every day, and the Namibian recruiter has more choice than ever to pick the best possible candidate from a bunch of people. Smaller companies in Namibia must fill their positions very carefully. We are in tough economic times, and salaries cost a lot of money. So smaller companies must fill their positions carefully with exactly the right candidate for their company. Dear students, dear watchers, please forget the traditional way of looking for employment. Most of us really are searching for a position in a newspaper, that number one we like, to say this is exactly the position for me, and we apply. Unfortunately, you will not get employment very fast in the traditional way because there are literally hundreds upon hundreds of applicants for each advertised position, and your chance of being noticed in such a way are very slim. What you need, dear viewers, is a plan of action. You need to apply for a certain number of positions each and every week. You need a plan of action. For that plan of action, you need access to the email and access to internet. Unfortunately, many of the viewership, many people which I know still don't have access to internet, still don't have access to email. That's one of your first priorities you must sort out. Networking in your plan of action is very, very important. Talk to people. Don't be afraid to say you are looking for employment. People might just know of a perfect position in a company they are working in or which they heard of themselves. You need a plan of action. And that plan of action is to never give up, no matter what the cost. Your plan of action also tells you to try again, and stick to your plan. You have a plan, that plan will work to find employment in Namibia. So let's jump to the plan of action. I'm going to share with you a bit of personal advice, a 10-point plan of action, which was administered successfully throughout many, many applicants which I've helped to gain employment in Namibia. Number 1, have a goal on how many positions you apply for each week. My personal recommendation is at least 30. Do not be discouraged by the number 30. There are actually more positions in the newspaper on a Friday than 30, but there are so many more ways than a newspaper, which you will see later in the presentation. Number 2, know your limits. It does not help you only apply for CEO or MD or managing positions, as you will be disappointed. Many, many people don't tend to get these positions very fast. Number 3, do not get discouraged. If you receive no answer in your first, in your second, or even in your third week, you have a plan. Just stick to your plan. I promise it will pay off. Number 4, your CV must be professional and appealing to the recruiter in Namibia. If you don't know how to do that, please see our previous sessions on how to professionally prepare your CV. Number 5, never ever lose faith in yourself. Once you have lost faith in yourself, you already lost the battle to find employment. Fact is, there are many people out there who are looking for employment, and the winners are differentiated from these who won't find employment by keeping faith in themselves. Number 6, regardless if you are religious or not, but trust in a higher entity, trust in God to send the right positions at the right time. Dear viewership, there were many times I did not get a position, and I saw that many months and even many years later why I did not get said position, and I was actually glad that some doors closed for me as many other doors opened because of that. Number 7, I mentioned that already, networking. Speak to the people who are in positions. Speak to the people who are in certain fields which you want to work in. Speak to people who know of vacancies. This is not necessarily recruitment agencies, but can be friends, can be family, can be somebody you meet at a party. Do not be afraid to speak up, otherwise a lot of valuable information might be lost if you are not open enough to speak about your current situation, to speak about that you actually are looking for employment in the Namibian market or in a certain field. Number 8, you must always be prepared to start from the bottom. As mentioned, don't only apply for CEO positions if you've never been in that position before. Be prepared to start from the bottom and work your way up. To those who work hard, they will be recognized, they will get promotions, they will get salary raises. And in this way, you can assure that you will for sure find a position in the Namibian job market. Number 9, dear viewership, always remember that even a small salary is better than no salary at all. People tend to think, yes, but I will work very hard for so many hours and I don't get compensated enough. Fact is that companies in Namibia have a certain budget. We are in tough economic times and salary cuts are being seen everywhere in our market. But always remember that even a small salary is better than no salary at all. If you receive a salary, you will know your self-worth and you will feel proud that you can provide for yourself, for your loved ones, or for your family. Point number 10, last but the most important point which I can share with the viewership today, is never forget who you are or where you came from. Be humble. Show respect. Show respect not only to your family or to your friends. Show respect to everyone you meet. Show respect to the people around you. People will pick up on this. People will pick up on the body language you are portraying, which you are putting out there. And they will give you a chance in the recruitment market in Namibia. I'm going to share other alleys as the traditional ways of finding employment in Namibia. And first and foremost is the power of the internet, where so many companies, Namibian companies or South African companies that work in Namibia, recruit their working force from over the internet. The first site I would like to share with you, most of us are familiar with the program LinkedIn. Many people, however, don't know that LinkedIn has a certain job section where positions are advertised also in our market, called LinkedIn Jobs Namibia. So please visit these sites and you will be surprised how many positions there are actually on the market. Then 30 does not sound as such a big number to apply for each and every week. Another site which is very good, Pinup Jobs Namibia. You get from waitresses right to operations, general and managing directors. So Pinup Jobs Namibia, especially for the Namibian market, a very good website to visit, which is updated almost daily. So visit Pinup Jobs Namibia. You might just be surprised what you find on there. Careers 24 Namibia, a very popular site for South African companies with affiliates in Namibia to advertise their available positions. So please do a Google search, type in Careers 24 Namibia, and you will find a lot of positions which are available as well. Never underestimate the power of Facebook. So many of us use Facebook as a social media or to spy on certain people, but Facebook has a certain power. And don't underestimate that power of Facebook, where smaller companies advertise their positions to get staff which they desperately are looking for. Very interesting. This morning I was on Facebook on one certain recruitment site. I had actually over 40 positions advertised in the last week. And these are even positions that were not advertised in the newspaper. So the power of Facebook, the power of internet, do not underestimate it. Lastly, I would like to share a website, www.getnoticed.com.na, which advertises your CV to potential Namibian recruiters. It's not like an employment agency, but for people who are looking at candidates without you applying necessarily for a job, this site advertises your CV to the Namibian recruiter specifically. When you have received not a single answer back in your first week, in your second, or even in your third week, do not be discouraged. Dear viewership, remember, there are many, many applicants. But if you stick to your plan, I promise you, you will get noticed very soon in our recruitment market. Remember, you have a plan, stick to that plan, do not get discouraged. Some of the viewership will have had a look at the videos which I presented and said, yes, we hear you and we agree with you. However, if you are like me, you still feel a bit different. You want to live your dream. You have an idea in your heart, in your head, and you want to realize that idea no matter what the cost. In our next and last session, entrepreneurship, the sweetest reward and the hardest to achieve. To advertise your CV to the Namibian recruiter that your CV gets noticed on the job market, please visit our website at www.getnoticed.com.na, or alternatively send me an email to Sven, that's SVEN, Sven@getnoticed.com.na.